Hey guys, it's Anna with Always Right, and tomorrow is the beginning of NaNoWriMo 2018. If you don't really know what NaNoWriMo is, there is a video that I'm gonna be linking in one of these corners. We'll find out when the video's up. I did a video covering kind of like the basics of NaNoWriMo, and if you do know what NaNoWriMo is, cool, let's get right into it. So this is kind of like a checklist for NaNoWriMo 2018. If you didn't know, I am going through NaNoWriMo with y'all. And this is the first time I've ever gone through NaNoWriMo, and I'm recording the vlogs for NaNoWriMo a week in advance. So my days are lining up with y'all's. Like, I'm writing on Thursday, doing the video on Thursday, and then I'm posting the video next Thursday. Anyway, those are gonna be going up 10 a.m. Central Time every day of NaNoWriMo. I've already survived the first week, basically, and I got some pointers. Now, let's go through this checklist real quick. And the first thing you're gonna need going into NaNoWriMo, any year basically, not just like 2018, but you're definitely going to need to have your story picked out. Now, I highly suggest you stay away from like fan fiction, because then if you're trying to stay true to the fiction that you're fanning over or you're rewriting, then you're gonna be really tempted to go and just watch the show, and you could be using that time to write instead of trying to remember, oh yeah, that's the event that happened. So I highly suggest you use an original story with your own characters. Next, you're gonna need to have your location picked out. It needs to be somewhere that's comfortable and isolated. But I highly suggest you don't do it in your bedroom. Don't write on your bed, because you will fall asleep. That temptation is just literally under you or like right there. And if you can see your bed, your brain goes, huh, but you know, we could nap, because the human brain would be happy just eating and sleeping. I mean, that's what we evolved to do. I kind of have two places that I like to write. During the day, I really like writing in this room. It's really light, it's really bright, as you can see. I have these windows, you know, you see the blinds? They basically line like two of the walls in this room. So it's really bright. I kind of get to see the outside, you know, the outside, the scary outside. And I get to see like the neighborhood kids running around. So I get to see life in motion. And that really helps me when I'm stuck on a point. I'll just look outside and I'll be like, I'll name one of my characters after that kid, you know? I also have another location that I write in, and it's my bedroom. I know I told you don't write in your bedroom. This room gets creepy at night because you can see all the cars going by the house, and your girl would rather be a little comfortable. So at night, like from 10 to 2, I'm in my bedroom writing. That also plays into like my golden hours, which will be my next point. So I mentioned golden hours, and it took me about 6 days of writing in NaNoWriMo to really figure out what my golden hours are. Now, definition of golden hours before I go further into this, and you'd be like, what are you talking about? The golden hours are really like the time of day, yes, the time when, I know, golden hours, who would have guessed it has to do with time? The time of day where you really start cranking words out. And this is usually pretty consistent throughout the week. For example, my golden hours are from 10 at night to 2 p.m. I write in here during the day outside of my golden hours, but I double my word count in 1 hour in my golden hours, in my bedroom, in my golden hours. Now, how do you find out what your golden hours are? Look back at your history of writing. For example, my golden hours come from being in junior high and high school and sneaking my computer into my bedroom. You know where this is going. And then writing until I basically passed out. So that was like 2 for little high school me. Now 2 is like not even in the big leagues, not even on the radar. But I stop myself at 2, that way the next day I can still be productive and a member of society. If you're trying to figure out your golden hours and you're like, well, I didn't really have like a system or a schedule when I was younger and I first started writing, have fun with it. Just don't write at work. Do not let your manuscript ever touch your work computer, because your boss will get mad. And then also, just you really need to keep your work life separated from your writing life. Just a little advice to keep your life a little happier. Now that you have your location and your time picked out, you're gonna wanna probably have some snacks. Like when I'm here writing in the day, I'll usually either have my little trail mix next to me, Snap Pea Crisps, or even just some cashews. I try to go with a little healthier options because you are really kind of just sitting on a couch or on a chair at a desk for at least like an hour or two. You want to avoid high sugar, like, you know, just candy bar after candy bar, because you'll get jittery. Don't get me wrong. If you love candy bars, hell yeah. At the end of a chapter or when you get halfway to your goal, candy bar. But don't just sit there with like your Halloween candy you didn't give away or the Halloween candy you bought on sale. That's me. That is so me. And just nibbling away at it while you're trying to write your chapters. If you've been writing recently, then you probably have a playlist that you created in efforts to brainstorm or avoid writing, because that's what I've done. So you'll definitely want to have some music that you can jam out to that doesn't totally distract you and make you go, this is my jam, and break it down. Like, not every song needs to be your jam. Also, you're probably gonna need some headphones. Unless you live alone and you can just jam out, then I'm jealous. But you're definitely gonna want some headphones that you can just slip on and block out the world. I use some, they're charging. My headphones are charging right now, but I use wireless Bose noise canceling headphones that really help me just focus on what I'm writing. Next, you're gonna wanna have a reference book. Not only if you're writing historical fiction should you have a reference book, but you should just generally have like a reference book for grammar, for basic grammar. And if you don't own one of these books and you don't really wanna go buy one, totally understand. There is a website that I'll have linked below, and it's the Owl Purdue website that has just about everything when it comes to grammar. You can just have it pulled up on one of your web browsers so that you can just casually glance over to confirm where the comma goes. This is definitely not necessary, but it's great if you have it, because then you won't be sitting there staring at the sentence going, huh, why does this not look right? Or you could just write like crazy and just don't even look back at it. After all, NaNoWriMo is all about getting the words on the page. In fact, they say you shouldn't even go back and edit the work that you've written, because that will just make you more conscious of your writing and make your little inner editor go, I can help, and just destroy everything you've been working on. And the next book I suggest you have is the No Plot, No Problem book. This book was written by Chris Batty. If you've seen my NaNoWriMo, like what is NaNoWriMo video, then I talk about this quite a bit. This will really help you, because I was struggling for the first week. I went to the first week section and boom, all the advice that can really help you from previous NaNoWriMo winners and all that. I'll have a link in the description for it if you want to buy it. They have it on Amazon if you're really in a rush to get it, but they also have it on the NaNoWriMo website for a signed edition, but you have to pay like processing and handling for that one. So they're both under $20. It just kind of depends on how quickly you need it. And if you're willing to pay like the extra $5 for shipping. I really suggest this book. It'll help you get through some plot points and also help you prepare. You know, I went through it like last month. I highlighted what I thought was pertinent and I was like, oh, I won't actually need this. I'm good at writing, and I've gone into this book so many times. The next thing you really need is a fidget. A physical fidget. If you have a fidget spinner and you like doing your fidget spinner when you're trying to figure out what word to use next, great. I use my ring. I fidget with my ring mindlessly, and it's just a nice, easy thing that I can just concentrate on. If you are a fidgety type of person, or you like zoning out, I highly suggest getting something you can fidget with, or Chris Batty actually calls it like a writing totem, where it's just something that'll encourage you to write. Probably one of the most important things to have while you're writing on your computer is the cords for your computer. Don't give yourself the excuse to be like, oh, I forgot the cord, and wander off into the wild for like 30 minutes to 90 minutes. I've done it. Don't do it. Just have your computer cord in your room that you're going to be writing in. For example, I charge my computer before I write in the day, and then after I'm done writing for the day portion, before my golden hours, I'll charge it again while I'm doing other stuff like cooking. And it's amazing. Lastly, your phone needs to be in a different room. Mine's about to go off, I can already feel it. No, but your phone has to be in a different room, because if it's in the same room as you and it's where you can see it and it's where you can reach it, guess what you're gonna be looking at and touching? Your phone. I mean, unless you have like the will of steel or grandma or something, you will want to play on your phone. It is so tempting. That's one of the reasons that my golden hour is so like perfect for my writing, is because anytime I'm in bed, I put my phone on a charger and I put it way behind me on a side table. That's also the only way I can wake myself up, is making myself do gymnastics in the morning to turn the alarm off. I highly suggest you have your phone also on Do Not Disturb. If you hear your stupid Facebook app or the ESPN stupid dinner, you're gonna want to get up and make it either be silent or see what it is. Please put your phone on Do Not Disturb. You can go into your phone settings for the Do Not Disturb and make it where your favorite contacts, if they call, the call goes through. This has been my checklist. I'll see if I can get a video out next week for tips past the first week of NaNoWriMo. But yeah, please come back tomorrow. I'll have my vlog posted for day 1 of writing. And at the end of every little day of NaNoWriMo writing, I try to include like a helpful tip, you know, that really helped me get through that day. I talk about what my schedule was, the word count, any issues I ran into, how I went through those issues effectively. I'll see y'all tomorrow if you're joining the NaNoWriMo, or if you want to see like a plane crash in the form of me trying to write a book, check it out. Now, if you want to keep up with me for NaNoWriMo, please subscribe, because my account name is very, very generic, and you're welcome for that. So let's get writing. Bye.